So this project is looking nice. You can see now we have the ability to create tweets, remove. You can also add another one. And in this video, we're gonna add the functionality to save this into the local storage. If you add something here and then reload, you're gonna miss everything. So we need to save this into the storage. So let's open the code, and right here you can see we have this function that is called new tweet. So we're gonna create a new function right here, or we're gonna execute a new function that is gonna be called add tweet to add tweet local storage. Something like this. The idea always when you're working with functions is that you create small functions. If you write a really big function, then it's going to be harder to reuse the functions. So here we're going to insert everything into the DOM, but then I'm going to create this new function. And I'm going to call this one, we're going to add the comment right here, adds the tweets into the local storage. And we're going to create a function, add tweet local storage. In this function, you have to pass, for example, the text, the content. This that we have here, dot value. We need to pass this in order to use this information into local storage. So we're going to add another comment right here. It's going to be add to local storage. So something really simple here. I'm going to add console.log, and we're going to add hello from local storage function. So this way we're making sure that this function is called from this other function. So something really quick, and let's open the console. You can see we have hello from a local storage function. So these functions are communicating well, so we're gonna remove this. And first we're gonna read the previous data from storage. Same example as we did before, but in this case I'm going to create another function. Function get tweets from storage, like this. So this is going to be the function that is going to be, or is going to execute the get item into the storage. So let's write this function first. We're gonna create let tweets, and then we're gonna get the values. If null is returned, then we create an empty array. Same example as we did in the last chapter. If local storage dot get item is equals to tweets, and if this value is null, then tweets is going to be an empty array. Else, then we're gonna use tweets equals, and if you remember, we're gonna save this as an array. We're gonna use a function called JSON.stringify, and in order to convert that function from a string into an array, we're gonna use JSON.parse. Same code that we saw in the previous video. So in this case, we're gonna use local storage, get item, and we're gonna pass tweets. You can see that we are reusing, or we have the same code right here. So we can create also another variable, const tweets ls from local storage is going to be equals to this code. And we're gonna add this variable right here and also right here. So something like this is going to work. So the idea of this get tweets from storage is that we can reuse this functionality in other functions. So in this case, we're gonna return the tweets. So this is going to return the value, so we're gonna use this into this function. So it's going to be like this. We're gonna create a new variable, let tweets, that is going to be equals to get tweets from storage. So you can see that when we add a new tweet, we're going to execute this add tweet into local storage. Then we're gonna be in this function, and this function is gonna call this one that is going to read the values from storage. It's going to use this function, JSON parse, or create an empty array. but everything is going to be into this variable. So we can add something here like console.log tweets and check the values, check that everything is working. Let's add something fast right here, save console, and now you can see we have an empty array because at the moment the get items in the local storage doesn't have anything, so it's going to create this empty array. So we're going to remove this. So now this is an array. We can add the tweet into the array using tweets, which is the previous function that we have here. This is going to return, remember, the array with all the tweets from the storage, or also the array that is empty, but always is going to be an array. So we're gonna add tweets that push, and we're gonna push the tweet that is passed into this function. If you remember, we're passing the tweet, which is the value that we are reading from the text area. So we're gonna add that into the array. Then we're gonna convert this array into a string, and we're gonna add this into local storage. So let's add convert tweet array into a string, and we're gonna use local storage dot set item, and we're gonna call this one, this one is called tweets. Then we add a comma, and we're gonna use a function called JSON dot stringify, and we're gonna pass this array tweets, which in this case we added the tweet using dot push. So save this. Let's add something here really fast. Save. Now let's open application, and now you can see we have tweets, and we have added the first tweet. If we add another one, and save, now you can see that we have an array with 2 different items. So this is working well. If you reload this, we're gonna miss the contents from the sidebar, from the my tweets, because we need to write a function that is going to grab this value and print the contents right here when the page is loaded. So in the next video, we're going to write that function.